So I'm proud of him. I'm not really upset. Even like it was
Terence Crawford couldn't have an error to himself. And if you put Terence Crawford against any opponent on Floyd's resume, who do you have favorite? Terence Crawford or one of Floyd's opponents?
Why does Ryan keep mentioning it?
No, I'm asking the question first. Do we got Terence Crawford beating everybody on Floyd's resume? No confidence.
And Terence Crawford continued to be great.
What happens when the greatest boxer of his generation begins to feel time catching up? When a man who once ruled every division, every headline, and every payday suddenly starts to question his place in history. For Floyd Money Mayweather, that moment came in real time when he lashed out at Terence Crawford, declaring, "I'm still better." The internet went into meltdown. This wasn't just another Floyd soundbite. It was a rare glimpse of the undefeated legend responding to the growing shadow of a new king. The same fighter who just dethroned Canelo Alvarez and flipped the boxing world upside down. To really understand Floyd's reaction, you gotta look back. For over 2 decades, Mayweather was untouchable. 50 wins, 0 losses, a flawless record. He turned defense into an art form, made multi-million-dollar paydays look easy, and made rewriting history seem routine.
Fights, 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
Then came Terence "Bud" Crawford, a fighter cut from the same cloth, yet molded for a new era. Crawford never chased the spotlight. He chased legacy. Every move, every fight was about proving he belonged among the all-time greats. And when he defeated Canelo Alvarez, the entire boxing landscape changed. Crawford wasn't just another champion anymore. He became the man. The fighter many now believe could have gone toe-to-toe with even a prime Floyd Mayweather.
In a fight, you or prime Floyd?
Me?
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? That's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah.
Think about it. Canelo faced both men in their primes. Floyd taught a young Canelo a boxing masterclass. No question about it. But fast forward to 2024, when Terence Crawford stepped into the ring with that same Canelo, it wasn't even close. Bud didn't just win. He dismantled him, making the stronger, bigger man look completely ordinary.
Had the ability to fight backwards and stay composed, good defense, hands was always up, countering everything that Canelo was throwing at him. He was just a little more active fight. Canelo did hit him to the body, but it was pretty much all Terence Crawford.
I think some of what we saw from Canelo is what he's has to resort to now to fight. Maybe he's dealt with some injuries to where he's not as mobile. It's just the pattern that he's put himself in for the last, 6 to 8 fights. That same pattern is why Bivol was able to get him.
He did not allow Canelo to get inside, man. As soon as Canelo would get into that certain range, he would jab him. We didn't see any lateral moves where he would throw, push off to the side, as we used to see Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo was almost smothering his shot because he couldn't stay at range with him. And Terence Crawford runs off counter combinations. It would be a wider margin.
After the fight, when reporters pressed Canelo to name the better fighter between Mayweather and Crawford, he didn't even pause to think. He said it straight. Crawford's better. That one statement hit like a power punch, echoing through the boxing world and striking right at Floyd's pride.
And lastly for me, champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
That statement sent shockwaves through the boxing world. It wasn't just a compliment. It was a direct hit to Mayweather's legacy. If the very fighter who helped define Floyd's greatness now says Crawford was the tougher challenge, it rewrites the conversation entirely. Suddenly, the question isn't just who's better. It's whether Mayweather's era still reigns supreme at all.
Remember, Canelo, that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other 2 judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, he still took him, you know, into deep waters. So
Yeah. What was Canelo? 23, 25?
yeah, very, very young in the game, obviously.
Yeah, very young. He had fights before. He lost.
Yeah,
To a
but,
man that's 37 years old, 36.
but Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people.
How you at the top of your career in your prime? You're in your prime. You ain't in your prime when you're 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose? I mean,
Your prime is in your 20s.
it's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. So what? And that's why Canelo is saying what he's saying.
But I mean, don't you? I mean,
Make himself look like he
Floyd's entire legacy was built on perfection. No losses, no cracks, no equals. But after Canelo's words, a dangerous question started to spread through the boxing world. Could Terence Crawford actually beat Mayweather? Could he be the one man capable of dethroning the self-proclaimed TB, the best ever?
Have an era to himself. And if you put Terence Crawford against any opponent on Floyd's resume, who do you have favored? Terence Crawford or one of Floyd's opponents?
Why does Ryan keep mentioning another?
No, I'm asking the question first. Do we got Terence Crawford beating everybody on Floyd's resume?
That's when Floyd started to change. At first, it was subtle, a few comments here and there. In interviews, he dropped lines like, asterisk, I've still got it. If I want to come back, I could. Asterisk fans dismissed it as classic Mayweather bravado, the kind of talk he'd mastered for decades. But then came the shocker. Reports surfaced that Floyd Mayweather was in discussions for a professional comeback. Not another flashy exhibition, but a real sanctioned fight.
That you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike, or is that off the table?
Let's own it. Let's own it. It's been talks. It's possible.
Okay, so not totally against that possibility.
No, not at all. Not at all. But we just.
And the name that kept surfacing was Terence Crawford. Insiders claimed Floyd wanted to make a statement. One final masterpiece to remind the world that no matter what Crawford accomplishes, no matter how many belts he stacks or legends he dethrones, he will never be Money Mayweather. This wasn't about money anymore. It was about pride, legacy, and the one thing Floyd refuses to surrender, his throne.
It's like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior welterweights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time.
Oh, yes.
That makes it.
But before Floyd could even think about stepping into the ring with Crawford, there was another name on his radar, Mike Tyson. In a matchup no one saw coming, the two legends are set to face off in an exhibition bout next April. It's a clash of eras, styles, and legacies. Not about titles or records, but about two icons proving they still own the spotlight.
Fighter, any era, who would you have picked that you would have liked to fight the most?
Floyd Mayweather.
I love it. Why?
Huh?
You want to knock him out?
Well, I would love for it. I wish he was my way.
All right, interesting answer.
He's very delusional. He can't listen. If he was anywhere near that realm of Great Ali, he'd be able to take his kids to school by himself. He can't take his kid to school by himself. And he talking about he's great. Greatness is not guarding yourself from the people. Greatness is being accepted by the people. He's a little scared man. He's a very small, scared man.
That fight isn't about belts or records. It's about pride. Tyson has made it clear he's got no respect for Mayweather, calling him arrogant and afraid to take real risks. And now, Iron Mike has vowed to expose him, to show the world that beneath the flash, the money, and the perfect record, Floyd Mayweather can still be humbled.
About Floyd though.
Huh?
How do you feel about
Awesome
Floyd?
fighter, great fighter. You know, he's a little too into himself. You know, he should be. I was the same way too, but you have to come to reality some way. You have to bring your head down to God. We're nothing to be fucking arrogant. You expect us to be ignorant and arrogant. Look where we came from.
That's why I asked the question earlier about you mentoring fighters, because I feel like Floyd looked at you growing up like every other fighter. And the persona and the lifestyle was like, growing up in the hood, we looked at it like, that's Mike Tyson. We see the cars, the jewelry, the flair. Like, you was a movie star. You was a hero.
Let's be honest. The Floyd versus Mike Tyson matchup is already sending shockwaves through the boxing world. Critics are calling it a circus, insisting it's not a real fight, but just another cash grab. Yet, despite the skepticism, everyone's watching, because when two legends collide, even a spectacle demands attention.
There is happening. What the f is going on? This is where boxing is in 2025. And listen, I'm not going to complain because I understand the layout of things. We already had Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. We have Jake Paul, Gervonta Tank Davis. This feels like the Temu version of it. And that sounds crazy because we have two of the greatest of all time about to participate in this, but both of them are about 30 years past their sell-by date in an exhibition bout in which their weights will be 60 to 70 to 80 pounds different. If you got on board with Jake and Mike, it was because at least they were going to weigh the same. I don't even know what to think. Someone on Twitter said it perfectly. Either everybody in the world is going to want to watch this, or 10,000 people will watch it. Probably both men want a shit ton of money, and they're being promised a shit ton of money. But
critics argue that a 61-year-old Mike Tyson has no business stepping back into the ring, especially against someone like Floyd, still fast, sharp, and fully active. And they're not wrong. The matchup is undeniably controversial, raising questions about age, timing, and whether this clash is about sport or spectacle.
I mean, like, let's be honest, like, I hate, in a way, and I know people go, oh, you can talk, you fuck. I just hate some things that are happening in boxing. Like, I don't mind if some, like even Jake Paul, I don't mind Jake Paul. I think he's a young guy who's taking boxing seriously. I think he's improving. I think he's doing training camps. But why would you want, how old's Mayweather? 50? You got a, what? How old's Floyd Mayweather? You lot don't even know. You're supposed to be boxing. Yeah, I know, yeah. But, all right, 48, 49, whatever. I was going to say, that's old. He's 2 years older than me. Right, what I'm saying is, who wants to watch a 48, 49-year-old Floyd Mayweather fight a 60-year-old Mike Tyson? It's just bullshit. Like, and as much as I love money, I just wouldn't do that. Because I actually, whether you believe me or you believe me, I love boxing too much. I think it's disgusting. It's just so shit. Like, who wants to watch that? Yet people will watch it, so I understand. But it's just...
Jake Paul already faced backlash for stepping into the ring with Tyson, and now Floyd is bracing for the same storm of criticism. But here's the twist. If Mayweather dominates Tyson, as many expect, he can completely flip the narrative. That victory could serve as his ultimate redemption, proving he still has what it takes and potentially setting the stage for the long-awaited showdown with Terence Crawford.
How's training going, Floyd? Talk to me all about this as you get ready to get back in that boxing ring once again.
Well, not really training right now.
Not yet.
The fight is in 2026. We still, ironing out everything, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be exciting for the people and the fans.
Are you going in there to put Mike down and like, hey, this is not, we're going to have fun, we're going to throw a few punches, like, I'm taking this seriously and I'm trying to fight Tyson?
I don't know. I just want to give the fans what they want to see, excitement. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be an exciting.
That's why Floyd's recent outburst hit so hard. When he went live and declared, "I'm still better," you could feel the frustration simmering beneath the words. It wasn't pure confidence. It was a glimpse of desperation. Floyd was watching the sport move on without him, watching Crawford rise as the new face of boxing. For a man whose identity was built on being untouchable, that's a nightmare. And the facts back it up. Crawford is undefeated, undisputed in 2 divisions, and has faced the best opponents available, not just winning, but dominating. He's one of those rare fighters who can switch stances mid-round and make it look effortless. The kind of skill that keeps legends like Mayweather on edge.
That, like, I can bet the house on, it's Bud.
Who's the most skilled fighter today?
Bud is definitely one of them, for sure. Me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like, soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing about basketball, wrestling, anything. Bro, like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. Like, it's just that, like, you gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away and to try to stop him from doing what he want to do. So, skillful, yes. But this and this.
Even Floyd himself has admitted that Crawford's style mirrors his own. The patience, the adaptability, the uncanny ability to read opponents like an open book. But there's one crucial difference. Floyd never had that killer instinct. Crawford does. He doesn't just win fights. He dominates, dismantling opponents with a precision and ferocity that leaves no doubt.
Start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. There ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going up that much.
Now fans are asking, is Crawford really the evolution of Floyd Mayweather? For Floyd, that question is pure insult. In his eyes, there's no evolution, only imitation. He said it himself. Asterisk, these guys learn from me. Everything they do, they got from watching me. So, how can they be better? Asterisk.
I do. You do? Yes. Yes, sir. I love you, Terrence.
Yeah, he's a super. Yeah, his IQ is
been the only other guy that people can say, he always figured it out. You know?
That's true.
But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody else?
There's an OG
Somebody
somewhere.
gotta pioneer right there.
Figure
Yeah,
out.
you gotta
There's
do
an
it.
OG you can't out-figure out somewhere. And I just believe Floyd is that OG.
Here's where Floyd is mistaken. Crawford isn't trying to be Mayweather. He isn't chasing the money or the fame. He's chasing something far deeper, legacy. He fights for history, not headlines. That's the fundamental difference. Floyd always chased the payday. Crawford chases immortality in the sport.
Why you not coming back to fight? Why you not coming back to fight? So I look at the fight game. I said, okay. I said, you know, fighters fighting, they make 3 million, 4 million, 6 million, 7 million. Some may make 10 or 20 million. But I'm doing exhibitions and I'm making 20, 25 million, 100 million for exhibitions. So why would I come back and fight and get a guaranteed 35 million when I'm doing exhibitions and getting up?
Meanwhile, Floyd is facing a challenge he's never truly confronted before: irrelevance. The media spotlight that once followed him everywhere has shifted, now shining on fighters like Crawford, Gervonta Davis, and even Jake Paul. For a man whose identity was built on being the center of attention, that's a new and unsettling battle.
Both Canelo and Mayweather, you fought them both. Who did you think was better, Canelo or Mayweather? I know that's Canelo was saying it was Crawford better than Mayweather.
I was very impressed with Canelo at 21, but Mayweather was still technically more sound. I think Crawford is better. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. But Mayweather is definitely a technician. I mean, it's, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford is.
So when Floyd declared, "I'm still better," it wasn't just a shot at Crawford. It was a message to everyone: the fans, the media, and the rising generation eager to move on. He wanted to make it clear: Floyd Mayweather is still here, still relevant, and still impossible to ignore.
They're after his win over Canelo Alvarez?
No, I don't think nobody is better than Mayweather. No. So,
What do you think he needs to do to eclipse the likes of the greats in Mayweather, Ali? Do you think it's possible?
I'm not saying he is a great fighter. He's great in his own right. But to ask me, is he like better than Mayweather?
I don't think no one is better than Floyd Mayweather. Like, no one. If we talking about fast process, if we talking about speed, if we talking about punch accuracy, if we talking about punch selection, if we talking about poisonous, God forbid we talking about defense. There's not too many that come close. They can't even carry his jock strap. Floyd Mayweather's on another level, and we shouldn't forget that since we haven't seen him in the ring in some time.
And honestly, he's not entirely wrong. Floyd Mayweather will always be one of boxing's greatest minds. His ring IQ is unmatched, his defense flawless, his footwork and control on another level. He didn't need raw power to win. He beat opponents mentally long before throwing a punch. If this fight happens, the stakes couldn't be more different for each man. For Floyd, there's little to lose. Beat Crawford, and he becomes immortal. The man who returned at 50 to defeat the pound-for-pound king. Lose, and critics will chalk it up to age. For Crawford, the risk is enormous. Win, and some may argue he only beat a retired legend. Lose, and it could erase everything he's worked to build. That's why this matchup is so compelling. It's not just about punches or titles. It's about pride, eras, and the clash of one man defending his legacy while another stakes his claim to greatness.
Ending this interview.
Number one, and the only one that he got at top is Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford is this generation guy. You know what I'm saying? Accomplishing all the goals that he accomplished.
Matched up? How do they match up, Floyd and Terence?
Hey, I'm like this, man. It's going to be great because Floyd, he's about his work. He put in work. We've been watching it for decades. You know what I'm saying? Him coming out of retirement to do this fight. That's a win for the whole world of boxing. Every generation, from Floyd generation to this generation, they get to see the come. That's just like we never get to see Michael Jordan play, right? But we remember when he used to play. Come on.
But here's the irony. No matter what happens next, both legacies are secure. Floyd's place in history is untouchable, and Crawford's rise is undeniable. Maybe, just maybe, they're both right in their own way. Floyd may have been the best ever, but right now, Terence Crawford is the best there is.
The Crawford-Canelo fight, and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. Greatest all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches. Not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists. You know, everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence? Yeah. Oh, of course.
That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our upcoming content. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear what you think. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.